Okay, so today I wanted to take a look at the Boss Carrion 2.0. This is a 2.0. There's a 1.0, and then there's a Boss Charged. So we can go through that. I don't have a Boss Charged as reference, but I do have a 1.0 as reference, so we can go through that in this video as well. So this is a Boss 2.0. This is a Hazel dog for reference, so he is a bit bigger than that, so maybe 6.8 inches around, maybe 7. And really nice figure, very well balanced and rounded. So you have this kind of balance and symmetry so that it doesn't lean. And then because it's different separate jointed for the foot legs, I don't think you'll have problems with leaning and whatnot. Articulation wise, this moves a little bit, not much. Legs do move, arms move, and head, and then the nose. The nose is articulated, so this is a difference here, but you probably won't do too much with it because it's going to be a bit weird. It's painted in a way where you kind of just going to put it in one way, right? You might maybe move it left and right a little bit, but nothing too crazy outside of that. And also it looks kind of strange, right? If you don't have it like close to being in the middle. Yeah. So this is the Boss 2.0, and it's I think it's referencing a 1.0 version. It's colorway. It's the OG Boss colorway, and which is really popular because of the contrast with the blue and the fluorescent kind of very vibrant pink, which was really nice. And this is actually done on a flesh colored vinyl, which I think is really neat, and then painted up so that you see a bit more. You see a little bit of the flesh at the edges of the ears, you see here, but then you also see the pink and then the blue that's sprayed over there mostly. In the back you see a bit more of the blue and the peach, and then the bone structure here is very nice. What I really like about the Boss Carrion, I was thinking about it last night, but then I forgot how I wanted to describe it. It reminds me kind of like the contaminated guy, or the contaminated fish guy from Yamumark. I don't know if the idea is from there, where they also have this kind of like rotted fish, but it could be also referencing his spiderfish, right? This makes a lot more sense if it's referencing his spiderfish. But I like the idea where you have this kind of like bug that has infested the elephant. And you can see these little areas, these little bits of the worm. I think it's a worm, and it's dying and it's rotting and it's just alive and also really in pain. And it's really interesting. It's a really, if you look at it in detail, it's a very nice thought out work where you have that contrast in the left and the right with this, and then in the back you have the two different parts, and then the back is a lot more gory or more visceral. The front is actually trying to be a bit more tame, a bit more cute. This having someone like this, you kind of get that vibe of the Boss Carrion still there, while not making the whole thing really too gory or too hardcore in the front. Here you have that little bit here. It's very nice, to be honest, and that nice touch here. I really like this, the sculpt and design overall. And then my favorite parts with these guys are the fact that, this is always painted really well. Each one that I have, this part is actually painted really well with a lot of detail. So yeah, the colors on this is really nice. I think it's quite fine. You got to do a lot of really fine paint work to be able to, have it fade in really nicely on the exact areas. And I think it's really nice how it's done. This part here is quite interesting to do. You have to do a metallic spray, and then this looks like a clear red. It could just be a red, and then rubbed off, which is quite cool. A lot of layers and a lot of detail on it. This is done in a more detailed manner, whereas this was just just like a spray over. So you can tell like there's different choices and thoughts with it. I think it would have been cooler. I don't know if it's because to try and make the colors a bit more cohesive, but I think it would have been cooler if all of them were done in this more intricate style, where you have the red indented in the crevices, whereas instead of just kind of sprayed over, and then or just leaving it blank as it is, because you also did the same in the front and the head here. So not too sure, but overall really cool. Yeah. So this is the boss Carrion, and we can talk about, the boss Carrion. So I have a few things to reference. So this is the boss 2.0, and then because sometimes, like when I was trying to buy my first boss, I was like, okay, do I go for 2.0 or 1.0 or charged? And then what's the difference between 2.0 and 1.0? So charge is a lot different. The guy's a lot, I think it's bigger and then a lot more intense. I think you have the biter fish head. You can see pictures. You have the biter fish head coming out, and then this guy's a lot more intense and a lot more grown, a lot more, I guess, cool, or a lot more mutated. Mutated would be a better word. And then those ones are done through Unbox, and there is not a lot of paint runs on those. And this is a boss 1.0. We can use as reference. Height-wise is very similar. As you guys can see, height-wise is very similar. And then the difference is here, where you go to the side, it feels, you have like, the nose, as you can see, the nose is one thing, it's sculpted in. It's just a part of the head, so there's no articulation there. And, but it's a bit thicker. So the trunks are a bit thicker versus this is a bit thinner. You see here, it's very thin comparatively, and this is thicker. And I feel like overall, like I think this arm here, let's go with the same height, try and do it the same height. I think this arm here is a bit shorter, and so it feels like, what I feel when I look at this guy is that there's like a wall here, and it's just kind of pressed towards into this wall. So we have this cutoff point, and everything just kind of cuts off there. Whereas this guy, it's very different. You have the, like, it extends past the cutoff point, and then I feel when I go down here, the arms are a bit longer. It's around the same actually, but I feel like it's a little bit longer than this, and this this arm is a bit more. It feels longer. Is it actually though? Let me see. I'm just trying to look for myself now. It looks around. Just eyeing it, it looks around the same. It looks around the same. It really does look around the same. Legs, I don't know. I actually don't know if it's actually different or if it's just the head. Like, you guys can look, okay? You guys can look and you guys can see, and you guys can let me know in the comments. For example, like, so we talked about, like, the arms, is it longer? Is it more pressed in? Or is it just because the nose is pressed in, it feels like it's kind of just, like, pressed, squished into a wall, where you just kind of locked in there. Yeah. And then I think the legs, you can let me know if you guys think that. I feel like these ones are a bit thinner, and it's the cut is a bit more slanted in, whereas these ones aren't as. I guess it's a bit harder to tell because of the background. So you guys can let me know there, right? Yeah, so there's the differences there. One other one is the back, the fish. You see here, it has the fin, this one doesn't, right? You see that? Yeah, I think that's the difference. That's all I see. If you guys see other things, you can let me know. Or if you guys know, like a lot of you guys actually are like long-time collectors. So if you know the differences, let me know. Myself personally, after collecting both of them, I think I still prefer the 1.0. The 1.0 is like more coveted outside, but I think I prefer the 1.0 in terms of sculpt work, but I prefer the paint applications that have been done on the 2.0. As you guys can see, I think this isn't the best example because some of the 1.0 colors are pretty detailed, but you can see it's a lot more hand painted, I feel. This is a lot more hand painted, so it feels more rough, but it's actually just more hand painted. Like here, this looks very hand painted. The fins look very hand painted. It feels very hand painted, so it looks more rough. Whereas I feel like the 2.0s, I don't know. I could be wrong, right? This is just from my personal observations. I could just be like crazy, and my observation could be completely off. But just from what I've looked at like through pictures and Instagram and whatnot, I feel like he's grown, like PK's way of like paint applications has become a lot more intricate and complex. And unfortunately, the 2.0s are what is available now, sculpt wise. So he's done a lot more intricate, complex work and more fine work on the 2.0s. But if you guys think otherwise, you can let me know. But it's also very cool that these look a lot more hand painted, a lot more personal, a lot more warm, whereas this is a lot more technical. So you guys can let me know. This will be cool, like in the comments, right? If you guys prefer 1.0s or 2.0s, how you guys think about Paul PK's paint work? Has it, you feel like over the years it's been like it's been better, getting better and better? I mean, he was always really great. Has it been getting better and better? Because just from what I've seen, like on pictures and whatever I've seen, it feels like it is. And then now it's just insane. His stuff is insane. If you see that his newer stuff and his one-offs are crazy. So yeah, you guys can let me know. So yeah, that's it. This is a 2.0 and the 1.0. These are the boss carry-ons. And yeah, this has been a long one, but I think there's a lot to go through, and I think a lot of content, and yeah, I would love to hear what you guys think. Yeah, that's it. See you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye bye.